Well, everybody has heard of ECPW. When you want to talk about the maritime scene, you want to talk about ECPW because this is where the talent grow and prosper. This is where you get to see some of the best wrestling that many don't see anywhere else, unfortunately.
Yeah, this match would be a main event anywhere. And we're glad that it's a main event here in New Waterford at the New Waterford District Community Center on Rogers Television at Coaltown Carnage. This should be outstanding as Charlie Hubley making his first defense of the ECPW Championship.
This has championship match written all over it. This is a big fight feel where Charlie Hubley is the underdog in this match because Brian Kendrick is the seasoned veteran with all the credentials in the entire world.
He is the man with the plan.
He has been from the UK, he has been from Japan, he has been to Mexico, he has been all across the globe. He is a seasoned athlete and one to not to be messed with.
Well, he calls himself the man with a plan. Does he have a plan to win the ECPW Championship? And as I said, a pretty tough way for Charlie Hubley to start his title reign.
And another question that I have, Pat, is does Charlie have what it takes with the fan support to beat Brian Kendrick? Or is Brian Kendrick going to shut him down regardless of what these people think?
Well, I think Brian Kendrick, as I said, he's got some fans from his exceptional wrestling career, but he might be surprised to see the level of popularity Charlie Hubley has.
His illustrious career.
Absolutely. But it's, as you said.
This is what I talked about in the beginning of the match. If Emily did not capitalize on that, Brian Kendrick would have got him right then and there.
Yeah, Emily Parker, the referee in charge here, championship match. Should be a great one. Great official, two great wrestlers going at it. Should be excellent.
Well, it looks like the bell guy was a little too early before the official could say ring the bell.
Well, bell has wrong title. Very much up for grabs.
Before referee's discretion.
And, of course, the champion being Charlie Hubley, Brian Kendrick must pin or submit Charlie Hubley if he wants to win that ECPW title, which obviously he does, or else he wouldn't be here in New Waterford. And
if I was Charlie Hubley, I wouldn't want to get Brian Kendrick mad. Brian can be one sadistic son of a gun. As you can see it in his face, he is already pissed off. And it's not good when you get a pissed off Brian Kendrick.
Well, he doesn't seem to be too happy with the reception he's getting here in ECPW.
I know I wouldn't, and I know I don't.
And
especially when I lost that dang Rumble.
Yeah, you've got a thing for losing in your last few matches, I've noticed, Jefferson. But
you shut your mouth, Patrick. They're all a fluke.
But we do have a great championship match here.
In fact, we do.
On our hands. And Charlie Hubley gets the earliest advantage, bringing him down with a headlock. And that perhaps getting the early start will be the key to victory for Charlie Hubley here. Although, Paul Kendrick.
There's a reason why Brian is the captain of the ship, because he has all the tools to not only succeed in wrestling, which he has already done, but to win any match at any cost.
Now Brian Kendrick doing a good job of taking Charlie Hubley down.
Very intelligent by Brian Kendrick.
And the champion finds himself down in the early going in this matchup. First title defense for Charlie Hubley. Hubley going
very
to work
nice
on the
reversal
arms.
by Charlie Hubley into the wrist lock.
And Brian Kendrick to the ropes, and Emily Parker will administer the count. And quick break as Kendrick goes to the ring.
See, that's that seasoned veteran experience from Brian Kendrick. Ring awareness. He doesn't even need to know where he's at. He just feels it and goes by the motion.
So Brian Kendrick going outside the ring perhaps for a restart of sorts.
Pardon me?
Going for a restart perhaps. Maybe a little bit rattled by the start to this match. And
if
the fans letting him have it.
These people need to be quiet. You do not want to infuriate Mr. Kendrick. Or, sorry, I stand corrected, the Brian Kendrick.
Well, the Brian Kendrick finding himself on the ring apron as he comes back into the ring. And Charlie Hubley inviting him to lock up.
Could they be going for a test of strength? Oh, come on, that's a coward move, Charlie. You knew that's what he wanted. You knew.
Perhaps.
He better not throw a cheap shot at him.
Brian Kendrick might be a little intimidated by Charlie Hubley, who backs him into the corner.
Come on, ref. He wasn't ready.
And Kendrick a little bit hesitant to lock up and perhaps using the ring to his advantage, forcing the break.
Nice collar and elbow tie-up by Charlie Hubley and Brian Kendrick.
And the match
into
back
a
in the middle of the
hammerlock.
ring, which is what we want to see. The action in the center of the ring, a takedown.
Very beautiful headlock takeover by Charlie Hubley.
Charlie Hubley, of course, a very flamboyant personality that's captured the attention here of the fans in New Waterford. But make no mistake, this guy can go between the ropes as well. Whipped off the ropes, duck of an elbow, and a big
Into
elbow
a
by
spinning
Charlie.
back elbow and a nip up, his patented move.
And Charlie Hubley seems ready for what Brian Kendrick has to throw at him. A big slam and an elbow. Drop. First pinfall attempt of the match. And it's a 2 count. Charlie Hubley wearing down Kendrick here.
Another headlock takeover by Charlie Hubley.
Trying to wear down Brian Kendrick here. The champion Charlie Hubley in his first title defense.
And who better than Brian Kendrick to compete against? This is the biggest test of Charlie Hubley's career, and by far, he is exceeding and checking off all the boxes. But this is just only the beginning, because in the end, Brian Kendrick could be our new ECPW champion.
Yeah, certainly could be a long match between two well-conditioned wrestlers, and perhaps not surprising again, Kendrick trying to regroup on the outside of the ring. But it was Charlie Hubley talked earlier about, Brian Kendrick would have been somebody he would have looked up to when he was younger, but now, in this day and age, Charlie's not starstruck. This is a rival of his. He's here to do business. And, well, Brian Kendrick not above resorting to those means to gain advantage of this match. And now he has Hubley grounded in the corner. An overhead shot, and now it's the challenger that's in control, perhaps the favorite in this matchup.
And you see Brian with his strikes. They are menacing. They are not fun. Very calculated. You could see he's just cold. He does not care. But what these people think, they've already made him mad as it is. So what else does he have to lose?
Well, beautiful
Nothing
Hurricane
to lose
Rana there.
and a lot to gain.
From Charlie Hubley and a drop kick, an aerial attack, and a pinfall perhaps, but Kendrick going to the ropes, but pinfall attempt and a 2 count.
And 2 in 1 quarter.
Good positioning by Kendrick to get to the ropes, but Charlie Hubley very resilient in attempting to score the pinfall.
Don't worry about these people, Charlie. You should be worried about trying to make them tap out.
Well, that would be one way to retain the ECPW championship. Action back on the vertical now.
Very smart by Brian Kendrick.
Duck by Hubley and a big chop there by Charlie Hubley.
Bending the rules at the referee's discretion.
He's got it to the 5 count.
But it only got him so far until Charlie Hubley reversed and exchanged chops right on his chest.
Yeah, he's going to feel that one tomorrow, no doubt. And another one by Charlie Hubley. The action's got to the outside. And again, I'd expect Emily Parker might show some leniency here. Fans want to see a winner in a championship match.
Oh, come on, ref.
Getting involved
that
in the
is a disqualification.
Here.
You have children, and a man just swung at Brian Kendrick. That is not a good idea. That's a huge no-no when a grown man in the audience swings at a professional wrestler. So with that being said, I would not advise that to any of you, unless you are stupid, just like everyone here in New Waterford.
Well, I would advise that fans refrain. This is a sport that requires extensive training, so I definitely don't think you should be getting involved in the action. But Charlie Hubley seems to be happy to lean on the support of the fans here, as the action spills around the ring and thrown back into the ring.
And one light went out. Come on, Brian. Get up. Get up. If I was Charlie, I wouldn't be out here pandering to these idiots.
Well, you may be right. He may not want to get back into the ring here and try to lock up and finish this match. But using Kendrick's momentum against him in that case, and now it's Brian Kendrick that's retreating to the outside.
And once again, Brian displays that ring IQ. When he misses, he knows that Charlie's going to go for something as soon as he's in the ring, so he has to get a dodge. And the ring comes back on as Brian Kendrick shuts him down from the suicide dive.
Very well scouted by Brian Kendrick. Had the awareness to know that Hubley was coming through the ropes, and that's going to buy him some valuable time.
And the light shines bright on the Brian Kendrick once again.
Brian Kendrick bringing Hubley back and going to work on that arm, perhaps trying to take that away from Hubley. Going to work with the knee. Now putting all of his weight on the arm.
And Brian's
Hubley.
keeping him grounded. He is making sure that he doesn't get back up. One arm is not good unless you have both arms. And when you don't have both arms, you're in danger from that point on.
And of course, he's going to need to win in the middle of the ring if he wants to become ECPW champion. Fans rallying around Charlie Hubley here at the Waterford District Community Center. Listen to them. They love this guy.
And this is a test, because if Charlie Hubley cannot exceed to these fans' expectations right here, it looked like a tap out to me right there, Patrick.
I don't think
I'm not
so.
sure exactly what that was, but to me it looked like Charlie tapped out to the Brian Kendrick, and Emily's just too oblivious to see it right now.
Emily Parker, one of the best in the business. She's on top of the action here and watching to make sure that Charlie Hubley is not submitting or that he's still good to continue here in this title match. And both of these guys, I would imagine, it would take a lot to put them away.
And it looks like Brian's manipulating every joint, including the head, which is the most dangerous part to hit, because if you hit that head and they get knocked out, that could be the end of them right then and there.
Yeah, you can't win a match if you're knocked out. Powerful clothesline by Kendrick.
Devastating clothesline by Brian Kendrick.
And Charlie Hubley finding himself in a world of trouble now in the center of the ring. And
it looks like he hit him in the throats. Charlie's gasping for air with everything that he has, but it looks like to me he's not giving up, all for these people, and most importantly, the biggest prize in the Maritimes, the ECPW Championship.
Absolutely, that is what is at stake, and Charlie Hubley, the current champion in his first defense, finding himself in trouble in the middle of the ring as the veteran, the well-accomplished Brian Kendrick has him down on the mat. And the man with the plan, his plan tonight is to win the ECPW Championship, and right now it seems to be going pretty well for him.
And this needs to be Charlie's moment to fight with everything that he has. This is fight or flight mode for Charlie Hubley, because if Charlie Hubley does not get up, he might not be able to get up at all. This is where Charlie is being put to the real test by the Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick using full advantage of that 5 count.
Oh, up
Possible
and over.
reversal.
Crossbody from Charlie Hubley.
Momentum carried him over. He didn't get a chance to go for a pinfall attempt. Now
once
the crowd
again,
rallying
pandering to the audience.
Trying to use the audience
but this
to
might be the offense for Charlie to get
that
the upper
energy
hand.
Going. As both men coming to their feet.
Oh, what's he going for here?
Maybe. No.
Backslide into an enziguri.
Hubley brings him down, lining him up from the corner. Charlie Hubley, powerful
hip attack.
assault. Suplex perhaps in the middle of the ring.
Oh, magic killer by Charlie Hubley.
And Kendrick had no choice but to go outside the ring.
Once again, Kendrick is using the ring and the outside to his advantage. A suicide dive by Charlie Hubley. It didn't work the first time, but it worked the second time. Now referee Emily Parker going outside to check up on them both, the both of them.
Now Brian Kendrick has to be wondering if there's any sort of escape. He went outside the ring, and he still found himself the victim of that suicide dive. Possible high-risk move coming up here for Charlie Hubley. Looks like he's going to the top rope.
This big fight feel moment, Patrick, got me stumbling on my words. I don't even know exactly what to say. This is just a spectacle. This is probably the best main event in ECPW history.
It's been unbelievable.
Oh my God!
And that
Shining
is the
Wizard
end?
from Charlie Hubley. Could this be it? No, it is not. Brian Kendrick kicked out. He kicked out 2 3/4. Oh.
And that is why Brian Kendrick has won championships around the world. Resilience to kick out when he's had everything thrown at him by Charlie Hubley here. And as Jefferson James just said, an outstanding main event here for the ECPW Championship, the greatest prize of the Maritimes.
I can't believe what I'm seeing, Patrick. I'm losing my voice watching this. This is oh my God.
It's been a
this
tremendous
is
matchup.
Fantastic.
It's been great, and we still have more to come.
Oh,
Charlie
he almost
Hubley.
hit Emily Parker.
That would have been a disaster.
Could this be it?
Oh, 2 count. Right back to the attack
and that's
for Kendrick.
His patented submission. He has put out many competitors with this. They have been unconscious after being in the submission. Could this be Charlie's end?
Emily Parker right there looking to see if Charlie Hubley.
Could this be the end of Charlie Hubley's short reign as ECPW champion?
Crowd rallying behind Charlie Hubley, trying to urge him to break this hold.
Oh, and he's wrenching the arm back. That arm that he was working on earlier in this match, he is back to manipulating. This is joint manipulation. He is biting with everything that he has because he wants to be ECPW champion. He wants the money so he can go and buy beer. He wants the money so he can keep the ship going as the Pirates. Brian Kendrick.
Well, Charlie Hubley able to get back to a vertical base.
Flatliner into the corner.
Into the corner.
It looks like he didn't get all that.
No, he may not have, but Kendrick's
enough
still a little bit woozy after that one, and even more so after the drop kick in the corner. And he may be setting him up for a running bulldog. And that could spell the end of Kendrick, who's in the middle of the ring. He might not know he's in the middle of the ring.
Scissors kick from Charlie Hubley.
He's got to get on the cover,
for
though.
Here? Could he be going for his patented elbow drop that he's put out many competitors with?
Very well,
Could this be it?
Crowd starting to sense victory could be close.
Oh, and he hits it. The elbow drop. The elbow drop.
And it's a 3 count.
Charlie Hubley is still ECPW champion. What a main event contest we have here, Patrick. That was a spectacle. I doubted Charlie a little bit, but I knew it. I knew a piece of me believed. And guess what? Charlie Hubley has a full believer out of yours truly, the upperclassman Jefferson
And
James.
that's why Jefferson James owes me $20 after that main event.
No.
In which Charlie Hubley,
you owe me more money.
Has emerged as, well, he not emerges, but he retains his championship. And a hard-fought battle against the Brian Kendrick. What an outstanding matchup as ECPW committed to bring you the very best. And they've come to the Maritimes. And Brian Kendrick coming in here and seeing the high level of competition we have here in the Maritimes.
What could Brian Kendrick be thinking right now?
Penny for
could
his
this
thoughts
be
for
true
sure.
Sportsmanship? They always say never meet your heroes, and Charlie Hubley's meeting his right now. Could it be for the better or the worse? We will see right here, right now, Patrick.
And a head shake, a great show of sportsmanship. And what a moment in the career of Charlie Hubley to have his first title defense.
What a spectacular main event.
Absolutely, a first title event against one of his heroes, and to come out on top and really cement his status. And of course he knows Lincoln Steen is in the future as an opponent. But for now, Charlie Hubley will be the ECPW champion after a successful title defense. And wait a minute.
Wait. Lincoln Steen! Lincoln Steen! How could you? I was happy you won the Rumble, but you just ruined a beautiful moment between Charlie Hubley and Brian Kendrick.
Lincoln Steen, the #1 contender after he won that Battle Royal earlier. And he is trying to perhaps get an advantage for that upcoming match. And he's sent out of the ring by Charlie Hubley. This is going to be a tremendous bout when this happens between the current champion, Charlie Hubley, and the former champion. And Charlie Hubley getting a microphone
Asking for the microphone.
We're going to hear from the champ.
Lincoln Steen, there's still people right here. If you want to fight, we can fight right now if you're man enough.
That's a dumb decision, Charlie.
Could we be getting that title match right now?
Get in the ring.
Could this be it?
Well, Charlie Hubley's the champion. Lincoln Steen is the #1 contender. He's owed a championship match. We thought we'd see it the next show, but it seems like Charlie Hubley's throwing down the gauntlet to have that match right now. And the fans want to see it.
Could this be it?
Lincoln Steen seems a little bit befuddled.
He could be second-guessing this right now.
Yeah, he may be second-guessing his
But he could be restoring his
opportunity.
energy for later on as he competed in 2 grueling matches.
Right now, me and everyone in New Waterford are going to beat the out of you right now.
The profanity! The profanity! I almost used that word.
9.
I don't know if we're still on the air after that, but Charlie Hubley.
This might be a very prolific moment.
Lincoln Steen goes to the ring and now having second thoughts, perhaps.
Smart call by Lincoln Steen, but if I was him right now, I would get out of here as soon as possible because these people might be waiting for him after the show.
Well, that may very well be the case, and I think we might hear from the champ again here.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's many things I am, but one thing I'm not is a liar. And if you ask me, Lincoln Steen.
Another foul word. Patrick!
Lincoln Steen, if you want to
We
fight,
cannot approve
a
of
fight
this.
is what you're gonna get. June 8th.
Viewer
Charlie
discretion is
Hubley
strongly advised.
against Lincoln Steen.
He is, after all, the #1 contender.
Lincoln Steen, you've never felt pain like I'm gonna dish it out to you. You're gonna think somebody was moving furniture in your pulmonary valve. But never forget, when the dust settles, I will remain the ECPW champion, because I am the greatest of all time. Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, folks. June 8th. Circle your calendars. The ECPW Championship will be on the line.